Oops. Welcome to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, episode number 163. You can find us at www.liftheavyrunlong.com, on Twitter and Instagram at liftrunlong. Also, feel free to email me directly at the address wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, you should be because we want you to be there. Search for Lift Heavy Run Long Community and request to join right now. My name is Wilson Horrell. I am one of your hosts. I would like to remind you that the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast is not censored, so listen at your own risk. Lift Heavy Run Long has an app, and we want you to be on it. For $3.99, you can be part of that app. And with that, you will have access to the greatest endurance trainer in the world, Ms. Valerie Hunt of RunRx.fit, and she will deliver to your calendar 3 bodyweight exercises every week, 4 daily WODs, and 4 barbell strength exercises. For $9.99 per month, you can have access to all the programs that Lift Heavy Run Long has to offer, everything from 5K programs to 100-mile programs to triathlons to Spartan races. The goal of Lift Heavy Run Long is to bring fitness to as many people as possible, as inexpensively as possible. So if you or someone you know does not have $3.99 per month, but is there a question?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. Is that Brian's or is that Brian's? Sorry. Technical difficulties.
I don't think it's a difficulty. Let's see. Or somebody's talking, somebody's thumping. Check. I can't hear you. Yes, that one is yours.
Sorry. I thought
Very
so.
good.
All right. We're good now.
Where was I?
If you don't have the money to pay for the app.
Send me an email at wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com, and I'll be happy to add you to the app free of charge. Thank you for doing that. That would have been such a pain in the ass.
I'm sorry.
I would have figured it out at some point. But anyways, go to www.liftheavyrunlong.com, click on the sign up now button, take a look at the programs. You're welcome to try any of them or one of them for 1 free week for free. Just enter your email address and it'll automatically sign you up. I am sitting next to the most beautiful woman in the world, my lovely wife, Dr. Amanda Kimsey Horrell, Jacked and Tan. How are you?
I am tired.
Okay. Anything else besides that?
Good day at work. Super busy, crazy. And I had something else to say and I don't remember. I'm really sad.
Running?
Something else happened. Oh, yeah. My foot's healing up. So I did a couple miles running and there was still something else, but I don't remember. Now I'm sad.
All right. Swanson, how are you, sir?
Ducky.
Big Thirsty, the best looking cameraman in the business who is not behind the camera because Vaughn is ill.
You found a better looking cameraman today.
We're going to get to that. Vaughn has got something going on. He sounds like Tony Robbins with strep throat.
We should have queued up that video clip just to play. Maybe you should try and splice that in.
It's like I would like to be there, but I'm just
sorry. I've been smoking a pack a day for 30 years and finally caught up to me. You know?
What did he say? He's like, I'm just winning at everything.
Exactly.
Winning. So much winning.
Yeah.
So we hate that Vaughn's not here. Hadn't been here for 3 weeks.
I think he's ditched us.
That's a problem. We got to talk to Vaughn.
He said he's fired.
21
he fired
days.
himself.
He fired himself.
21 days makes a habit, right?
It does. He's got a habit of not being on this podcast. We're glad to have you in the seat.
Yeah.
Man, I love
Appreciate
that
it.
shirt.
I appreciate it. I've got, as you can probably imagine, a few pink shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like wearing them.
Yeah.
So
I like pink.
I think
I really do.
there are a lot of guys that refuse to wear pink. and
Wilson got married in a hot pink shirt.
That's right.
I wear
To
it
a
with
hot
pride.
wife.
Got a contract on the condo. Sorry to all my friends that use my condo as a place to pee during St. Jude and other races.
Oh, crap. Big River.
Yeah, Big River half.
Dang it.
Won't have that stop-off point anymore.
Where am I going to pee?
Closing October 31st.
All right. Congratulations. That's
see.
Halloween.
Yeah, we'll see.
We have behind the camera. I think people should guess who's behind the camera. I wish people were watching.
Have a
They
contest.
could guess. Slammin Sammy Renfrow.
I like that.
How are you, sir?
I'm on a new nickname.
Thanks for being on here.
Oh, good to be here.
This is fun.
Yeah, I was driving through the Delta today out in the middle of nowhere, driving by the all abandoned casinos, and got a text message, hey, you want to be the cameraman tonight? And couldn't think of a better thing to do.
I don't think I asked you. I think that I
You told me,
you
I
it
think,
was your
yeah.
duty
Wow.
Yeah, you told me.
to LHRL and the community.
Yeah.
He
to be on
couldn't
here.
find a dentist to get him a
That's
root
right.
canal fast enough, so he didn't have an excuse to get out
Yeah, I
of it.
should have stopped in Tunica. Found a good dentist.
Oh my
in
goodness.
Tunica.
So Sam, the other day, I'm not able to participate on Slack with the Lift Heavy Run Long community like I'd like to, just because of work and stuff. But
Yeah.
I try to catch up at night and kind of scroll through and read things. And
Yeah.
your picture of your foot, you just throw it in there every once in a while, and it just
Oh,
makes
yeah.
me laugh so hard.
Well,
You're
you
like,
know,
wrong toe.
Can we talk about that thing for a second?
absolutely.
All right, so those that don't know, Sam only has 9 toes, which puts him at a handicap, but he's overcome his disabilities.
I have.
I really
and,
want to
and
come up.
functions like a normal person for the most
For
part.
the most part.
He needs like a mafia type nickname, like Nine Toe Sam. You know, like I mean,
Yeah.
that's not clever enough.
Nine-toe
but
Sammy.
Yeah.
That's not clever enough, but we need some kind of a mafia nickname, and we won't even tell the story.
He lost it in a game of gin rummy years ago.
9 phalanges, Sammy. I don't know.
Says the
right.
doctor.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Yep.
your big toe is like your balancing mechanism to stand and all
Yeah.
that, and you run. You
Well,
do
but
really well.
I fall down a lot. It's because of the toe. That's what I'm going to say anyway.
I mean, I would think it
that-
would be
that and the
though.
whiskey.
Well, that's makes it the whiskey. I'm
big
drunk
toe-
and I have a toe on my left foot.
The big
Have
toe
you
is
ever
your
run
balancing.
barefoot?
No.
I'm just wondering
I don't think
how
you could.
much worse that would
Well,
make
the biggest challenge for me is when you go to the water park and you go to the kiddie little water lagoon. They've got the
And all the
pirates.
kids run
Well,
and
they got the
tear.
pirates net.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to climb the net. I can't climb the pirate net. That's the
Okay.
biggest challenge I'm faced with.
Because you'll lose that second toe.
Because
Because
you
that
just
thing's
can't-
about 1.5 feet long. It's
Well,
got a third
yeah.
knuckle on it.
It does.
I've
Yeah.
never seen a toe.
He's adapting. Don't be mean.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy how much you've adapted in one generation. That says a lot about you and your
yeah.
genes.
I am.
One generation. This is not like DNA. Like his kids aren't born without that toe.
You don't know that. According to his second toe, they might be.
Oh yeah. Well,
Your kid's second toe know that you don't have a first toe
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
because that thing has 2 knuckles at least,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
probably a third.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it needs a heart light, like E.T.'s finger. It looks like that's what E.T.'s fingers
so mean.
were. He knows that I have all the respect in the world
Oh
for
yeah. Well, I
Well,
mean,
he can outrun every single one of us.
You
so
damn right about that.
9 toes
That
or
is
not.
very true.
You damn
He
right.
can smoke us all.
Yeah, and you're jacked. You
I
look
don't know
great.
about all
Yeah, you
that.
do look good.
I'm trying.
This has to be the fittest you've ever been.
Close, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
When-
think so.
when
He's
have
just
you
trying
been-
to keep up with his son. Man, Landon's
Yeah,
crushing
Landon's
it
killing
lately.
it.
Yeah,
he's
that's
doing
a
good
different
job.
story altogether.
Yeah, he competed in Team LHRL down at the Granite Games Throwdown a couple of weeks ago. He and Bailey and
Clint?
Clint. They did really well. So that was their first competition competing together, and they did a good job. Represented well.
Yeah,
So,
good for them. I saw those pictures.
Yeah, he's
He's,
doing really
he's
well.
taking a CrossFit like fish to water.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has. Yep.
He's
So
come a
he's
long way very
way.
quickly.
Yes, he has. Well, he's 18.
That's true. Yeah.
Well,
When I
but
start feeling bad
you
about
know,
myself, I'm like, oh, he's only 18. I gotta,
I don't
Well, that's what
roll
we
that
always had
way.
to do with Bailey
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's a total bullshit answer. You know, people are like, I wish they had CrossFit when I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you talk
Oh,
about.
I would have been way too lazy to do any of this at 18.
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
you
not
talk
saying
about-
that I would have been that fit at 18. I'm saying that I'm not mad at how bad these 18-year-olds can beat me because I'm not 18.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Well, you also say you're also scared to fall down now at your age. 18, you can fall down and just get back up.
That's very
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I think
that's
they're
very
more
true.
limber and more apt to do.
You fall down, you
things.
just pop back up
Yeah,
and say it was
keep
a
going.
burpee.
Yeah.
But the people that say if they had CrossFit when I was
Oh, no.
18, as if they would be like
I was way too lazy.
if they had CrossFit when I was 18, I still would have been falling down, just not in CrossFit, and I still would have wound up in rehab.
Yeah.
It's not like CrossFit would have turned me into, it was a lack of CrossFit that caused me to be a lazy turd.
Fucking Greg Glassman. His fault.
Yep, indeed.
What else we got? I'm trying to look up something.
Do we have any 5-star reviews? Because the person
well,
that told
well,
me that they left a 5-star review and it's not showing, so I think I got lied to.
Oh, no.
Okay, now who told you that?
I can't tell you.
Because somebody told me that they left.
So while you're looking at that stuff, who all in the room is registered for the Open?
Not I.
Not I.
Wah wah wah.
Not I
Hey,
either.
but SEC's going on right now, and even though Tennessee sucks, I still want to watch
Yeah.
the games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glassman chose it wrong, or whoever decided to change it to the fall. I don't know. Kids have soccer games, baseball games, whatever, and
You're competing with SEC football.
yeah, SEC football.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. So I would have expected before we even talked about football that this year would have had, or this fall Open would have had a lower participation because it's 2 Opens in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be interesting to see if it bounces back next year or not.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll
We'll
see.
see how people take to it.
I don't expect very many people from our gym to. They might shock me. I mean,
feel
I'll
like
judge them all day long. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
As a judge, I'm not saying I'll just stand there and judge them, but I'm as a judge.
I feel like that train's left the station. Even next year, I feel like that there's not going to be. I
Yeah.
mean, they're planning to continue to have it at this time every year.
Correct. Yeah, they've
Right, yeah.
adjusted over.
Well, I think they've got to do it for the sanctionals because they're going to have so many sanctionals now that they've got to open that window and leave a little bit more time to do the sanctionals for all the qualifying. Because to me, I think some of the sanctionals are probably going to become borderline as popular as CrossFit games. Because if you think
That's
about all these
interesting.
rogue
Yeah.
invitational and things like that, they may invest more money because they're definitely going to invest more in media because the old media team now kind of does their own freelance stuff. So I think some of these sanctionals, like the Dubai, I mean, imagine going to Dubai and doing a sanctional. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. It'd be expensive, but, it'd be pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's a thought. It doesn't have to be the games as we.
Right.
As we
like
remember 'em.
Dubai
That's right.
and maybe Montana or whatever. Like a couple
Yeah.
few get really popular,
Well-
and that's like the place to go, and they start televising
well,
it.
we could do the lift
I
heavy
think
run
this,
long.
I think this is the genius of Glassman. Like
Yeah.
he was spending all of his own money paying media people, deciding how that media should look, and spending his own money to create regionals and deciding how those should look. And now he has all these other groups that want to do sanctionals and that want to do their own media company that cover
Right.
these things. And they're doing it and they're figuring out how to get paid on their own without help from him. And he still gets all the stuff, he still gets to spread the sport of fitness. So I think he's smart.
Well, I think the Buttery Bros, Marsden and Heber, Cannon, they were the main focus behind the media team. And now they're the Buttery Bros, and they know everybody. So they went out and did things. If you go on YouTube, they've got a little series on YouTube. And so they're going to put a documentary together that's going to be kind of what they've done in the past as a CrossFit media team, but they're going to put it out. So, I mean, this thing's going to evolve. There's no telling what it's going to look like in a couple of years. I mean,
They're both really great guys too, so
Oh,
that's going
yeah.
to be fantastic.
they're funny. Really
yeah.
funny.
Oh, Mars is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
You don't know what else is exciting?
Do we have a 5-star?
Oh,
we
review?
do,
gosh.
but I'm not even gonna get to that yet because
Even
I
more.
like having it in the I like having it in my
hopper.
pocket. Yep. So Gary Owens text messaged me today along with his son Ben, who's in school at the University of Memphis, and he said that Ben said, I'm going to be writing an essay on a discourse community, which is a group of people who share similarities and have a set of goals they want to achieve. I just thought it would be cool to use LHRL as the main topic. There is a portion where I'm asked to interview someone a part of the group. So he's going to interview me, and he's going to do the project
Very
on
cool.
Lift Heavy Run Long.
We should have him on the podcast.
That's right.
I don't know
Hey.
what a discourse community is, though.
I think he
Should I know that?
did. He not describe it to you in that text?
I guess the part where he said, I'm writing an essay on a discourse community, which is a group of people
Yeah.
who share similarities.
What it is.
I just got so excited about LHRL
Just
being
forgot
part
what
of
the
it.
word meant. Yeah.
So I'll Google that later. Since y'all won't answer my question.
You don't wear an Apple Watch, right? You just wear a Garmin?
I got rid of my Apple Watch.
Okay. Does anybody wear an Apple Watch? No. So Apple Watches have this feature in them, fall detection,
Yes.
and you can set up like what happens when it detects that you like have a hard fall.
Did you read that
And
article?
there's an article about this
Yeah.
guy's crediting the Apple Watch feature for saving his father's life.
Wow.
They were meeting up to go
Really?
do trail biking, and the
I
father
saw
got
that.
out there like a half hour early and crashed, like hard crashed. And so as soon as he crashed, it texted his son an SOS, but then also called 911 for him
And gave a GPS
and gave his
location.
GPS location of
Because
exactly
he was
where
down
it
an
was.
embankment.
So the son is like coming into the park. Like I said, dad's there like a half hour early and is already out riding. Son's coming into the park, gets the text, goes and parks, gets on the bike. By the time he can get to where dad should have been, the ambulance has already been there, gotten dad, and dad is on the way to the hospital.
No kidding.
That's amazing.
And then so he was able to text his brother, who happened to be driving by the hospital, as dad was pulling into the hospital, and so brother was there 30 seconds after dad got wheeled into the ER.
Interesting.
Like, how about that for technology?
Man,
Yeah.
at some point, you think they have to stop. Like, I'm like, they thought of everything.
Right.
They can't just continue thinking of stuff.
And I'm going
yet-
to tell you, like, the Apple Watch, like, they're actually doing some good scientific health stuff with the Apple Watch. It's got the heart rate monitor, and I don't know if theirs is different or if they're just applying software differently to what it's reading than like what our Garmin watches or whatever have. But like, it's got an EKG type thing built into it where it can tell if you're an AFib and like you need to go to the hospital right now. Like you're about to have a heart attack. Or you're having a heart attack. Go to the hospital right now. All sorts of stuff like that. And they're doing studies with colleges and universities all over the country
I'm
to
having
try
a
and
STEMI
improve.
with an inferior infarct because the S1 and no, just kidding.
Excuse me, but you need to go to the hospital now. You're having a heart attack. Just want to
Pretty
let
soon
you know.
they'll be able to detect when,
See my
like, I'm
leaves.
salting my burger, and they're going to be like, "You're going to have a heart attack."
Well,
Maybe not right now, but just go to a hospital.
Based on our
and eat your burger.
accelerometers, you are pouring salt right now.
You need to go to the hospital and eat that cheeseburger there. Eat the
Anyways,
rest of your cheeseburgers.
I just thought that was a really, really cool thing. I mean, if you think about all the different parts and pieces, it's easy. It's not a stretch to implement that. It's just the fact that they thought of it and that they did it.
I just wish it would work as a phone like they said it was going to. That was my issue with it.
Oh, you had the one that had the
It's
4G built
frustrating.
into it.
It's frustrating.
He even used it because he thought I was a little
I thought,
dramatic about it,
yes, I'm sorry. I thought that maybe it was her technological deficiency,
which is a lot. I will give you that.
which does exist on some level. There's no sense in debating what level,
That's a lot.
but it is a frustrating piece of technology, and it lies or lays, whichever one is grammatically correct, next to the bed on the floor,
On the floor,
oh,
waiting
gosh.
to be charged
collecting dust.
because it always needs to be charged.
Yeah.
Was that a Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3? Any idea?
I don't know. It's an expensive one.
Yeah. Gen 5 just got announced.
I got it,
It's got a bunch of new features.
What, like a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Probably 2 years
It's
ago.
probably Gen 2 or
Year and
Gen
a half.
3 then. would be
I
my guess.
even went to Apple to take I took a class on it to see if I could learn some more stuff about it, some more features and all that. And I got stuck, I think, with an elderly woman who maybe volunteered on the weekends, and it was pretty pitiful because she just got stuck on the health part of it. You know, where you can like call 911 if you hold this down and it texts out
Right.
SOSs to family members and all that. She was really like an advocate for that because she's older. I get it, but that's what we had our entire class on, so I didn't learn anything.
Well, Lala sent me a text today worried about Dad. I hadn't heard from him and wanted to make sure he was okay. So it, occurred to me that Mom and Dad are getting to the age where they need something that has fall detection.
I'm sure I've talked about this before, but Carol had a really bad habit of just not responding to my text messages, even though her phone was sitting right beside her. And,
Why doesn't that surprise me terribly?
I mean, I can laugh about it now, but it was just frustrating knowing her medical condition that at any point she could have had any number of things have happened. So I had to install cameras at the house, and they were off. And I told her, I was like, they only come on when we're not home, but I'm telling you, if I text you and I haven't heard from you in 2 hours, I'm going to click that camera on for a second, and I'm going to see you're sitting on the couch watching TV with your phone right beside you, or in your hand sometimes.
Laughing.
And
You're going to get the hose again.
And just know that that's why the camera came on, not spying on you, just I need to know you're okay. So if she had a watch like this, I would have felt better about it.
That's something.
Anyways.
Well, I fall down a lot when I run, so it kind of helped me too, because those people around me could have an eye watch too, and they know that, hey, Sam has fallen down about a quarter-mile back. We were running a couple of weeks ago, and we started at Harbortown. We came over and run behind the pyramid. Never run there before. There was a homeless dude sitting over on the left on the bench. So I turned to say hello to the homeless dude. Well, the concrete elevation changes, so
It shifted right there.
So I go flying, and like Dan Wolf says, I lost my nipple because my nipple came flying off my little handheld bottle. Well, the homeless guy goes, "Damn, you all right, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool. Just trying to say hi to you, man." You know? I hop up and everybody's just kind of laughing at me. But yeah, every once in a while,
homeless guy's like, man, that guy makes bad decisions.
See, I don't need
out here
roots.
running.
I don't need any of that kind of stuff. Just give me an elevation change in the pavement, a little distraction. I just checking out a suitcase, man. He had a nice little suitcase.
With all your
Wow,
running, it
that's
would look like
nice.
you were having a military funeral all the time. There'd be police and ambulance running behind you all the time.
That's the problem with a major fall detection is, if it goes off 10 times in a 5-mile run, it's like
Sam would
false
constantly
alarm,
like canceling.
false
Okay,
alarm,
cancel,
false alarm,
cancel.
false alarm.
Well, when you first said fall detection, I thought you were talking about the season. And I was like, oh, I guess tells you where pumpkin spice lattes are located, or that it's time to get out your UGG boots or whatever.
We're not having a fall this year.
And I was
Fall's
going
been
through-
canceled.
No. Fall happens every morning between 6 and 9 a.m.
There you go. Yeah.
And then we go back to summer, and eventually it'll be winter.
And
10
it'll just
days.
drop off to
10
winter.
days. We need 10 days.
10 days and it'll officially fall.
Well, I know
No,
next
it was
week's
it was
in the
officially
90s.
fall. I think
Monday.
Well, no,
2 days ago.
I mean actually fall as
it's
opposed
going.
to
We
Monday
gotta
was
get
autumn.
this- it's got to sneak up and bite us twice.
Are we gonna have third summer?
It's going to get up to 97 degrees or 95 degrees.
I think
in a couple
98.
days.
I think it's
Oh,
supposed,
wow.
next week is supposed to be somewhere in 98.
And then that's it.
and then
it'll go away.
it starts going to the 80s.
But usually this happens 2 weeks prior to this. We'll have a bit of fall, and everybody gets excited, and then the first and second week of college football are sweltering hot.
Confirmed.
And this is no different. Only it's going like week 5 or whatever.
It feels like it's a little bit later this year because I'm doing the road race series with Memphis Runners this year, and 2 10Ks in September, and usually one or both of them is like holy crap falls here weather to run in, and both of them were, oh my God, there's so much humidity.
Yeah.
And humidity and heat still. So
So you're going to read us our 5-star review, saving it for a rainy day.
I guess I need to read it. I'm just so excited about having it. I want to just sit over here and
Is it by somebody we know?
look at it. I don't know.
he didn't.
It's not somebody that I know.
Oh,
At
that's
least
not the
that
one
I-
that told me.
Not that I know of. It could be though. But then also somebody else told me that they wrote one, but they said I wrote a really funny review on.
Are they traveling?
Episode number 162.
I wonder if they're leaving comments on YouTube and stuff like that.
Are they traveling
That's what
right
I was
now?
thinking. That's what I should have looked up. Is who traveling?
The person who wrote the review, are they traveling right now at this moment?
I don't know who wrote the review.
Okay. I thought you said they told you that they wrote some funny stuff on whatever. 162.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they're traveling or not.
Oh.
Why?
You would know.
She's thinking of somebody specific, and she's trying to hint to you, is it that person that she's specifically thinking of
It's Peter.
without mentioning
Peter
that person?
Mellon,
Negative. I don't know Peter Mellon.
who's going to come on the podcast later because he's the one that's taking over the Stanky Creek 50K,
Oh, nice.
which Amanda has no interest in, but
Negative.
he's going to come and
That's
talk
been
about
classic.
Will you be?
now.
Can we like schedule her somewhere else so she's not all negative?
I'll be ill
during-
that day. I'll be sick.
Oh, so she's not all negative during the entire show.
It's like, your trail race sucks. Your trail sucks.
it. All right, here we go. This is from Kristen of Battery Acid Fitness. 5 stars. Friend introduced me to this podcast by gifting me one of their stickers since I was all about running long and lifting heavy. It's a good listen while working. Funny and interesting tidbits related to ultras and lifting. Thank you, Kristen.
All right. Thank
Hey.
you.
How many more Kristens do we have out there that are willing to step up and leave a review and change someone's life?
It's Kristen Day.
That someone being me.
Today is Kristen Day.
Today is Christmas Day.
Kristen Day,
Kristen
not
Day.
Christmas.
And the Lift Heavy Run Long
Christmas for you.
community. It is Christmas for me. We also, I forgot to mention, we have the Chris Hope 5K, Saturday, October 5th. Go to chrishope.org and sign up for Team
Chris Hope
LHRL.
Foundation.
chrishopefoundation.org. And sign up for Team LHRL and either be a virtual runner or come out and
So are you running that?
I don't think so.
I signed up
I'm-
virtually.
I'm gonna have to virtual run it.
Okay, I virtually signed up. I signed up as a virtual runner, but I was like, because I thought it was the same weekend as the 24-hour race. I didn't want to do that again. So, and then I realized it was the weekend before, and I was like, well, if everybody goes, I'll just ask Chris if I can just run it as a virtual runner at the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're not going, then I'll just run it virtually, like I was going to, and not worry about it.
I think I'm going to just virtually contribute money,
I think he'll let you do that.
but really do that.
Oh, yeah.
And then not.
Wilson, where are you at in your running?
not. I've been a pretty consistent every weekend.
Yeah, 5 to 10, 15 sometimes.
I
Oh,
haven't
nice.
done a 5-mile run. I don't.
Can I
think.
just tell you-
I've done between 10 and 20.
Can I just tell you, I ran with our friend Dawn at the Road Race Series 10K this past weekend. The idea being that she needs to get back to run walk to get prepped for the 100-mile or whatever. And so it's like, okay, we're going to do this 10K and we're going to run walk it. And so we decided to do 4 minutes running, 1 minute walking. We got about 5 miles in, and I was like, you're going to have to go. Because even her, I'm running slower, and we're doing a run-walk pace, I was having trouble keeping up with it. I am probably 4 to 6 inches taller than her, and she was outpacing me on the walk. Like, she was getting it. She's fit right now.
Yeah.
She's up for mileage.
Oh, she
She's,
crushed
she's doing
Stanky
so
Creek.
good. Yeah, she's doing really, really good lately.
She
so.
did really good at Stanky Creek.
She's an awesome badass anyway, overall. So
Dawn's
she'll
just
kill
really-
this 100.
Dawn's like highly tough. Like
Yes.
she's really
Oh, yeah.
tough. Like I
Oh,
think
yeah.
she's definitely a good runner. Don't get me wrong, but I think that she's a good runner who's really really tough versus a really good runner who kind of runs with some toughness. She's just
She's
a
had to
tough
put up
gal.
with a lot of shit in the last couple of years, so she's mentally strong too.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
So
Yep.
I
Stanky
was-
Creek was hot and tough.
And
And
stanky.
she made it through all that.
Yep.
But I wouldn't know because I didn't go.
I probably haven't run. There's been 2 weeks that I have not run in probably the past at least 12 weeks, probably 16, where the minimum amount that I've done was 10.
nice.
And I've done upwards of, I guess, 27 being my longest. I've done a bunch of runs with Lisa Barker and Alan Couch, and here recently I've just done around the Olive Branch area, which is like
Sure,
a
sure.
4-mile loop or something like that, 4.5-mile loop, and do anywhere between 2 and 4. I guess we did 5 out there one time, maybe.
I got to start up on my mileage. I'm supposed to. Of course, I conveniently picked the last 25 miles of Dawn's 100-miler to do with her. So,
Which we fought over a little bit.
but
I don't
I
think
don't
you
know
put
that
up
I-
any resistance to
I don't know that I could do 25 miles right now.
Well, he has rank over me. He's known
Why
her
do I have
longer,
rank?
and he wants to run in the last with her, and so I gotta try to get cranked up. I've lost 7 weeks of running. I'm starting all over again to try to pace her for this.
Well, push comes to shove, we can swap up.
50
Well, I mean, you
miler.
weren't running before that.
I mean,
anyway,
I'll
very much.
jump off the course the last 100 feet or whatever. Or
Yeah, no,
whatever
no,
let
no,
you
I'm
run
not-
in.
Like I said,
If she's still going strong,
when we talked about it, it was like, that's just me being selfish. Like, it's not a requirement by any stretch. So.
Well, if you're that worried about pace, why don't you let him do the second to last 25,
50
and
to
then
75.
he can pick up at that last aid station that's 2 miles away or whatever, and finish up like that.
that's fine. Or let the last bend before you come into the lights. He can be standing there, and I'll just
There you go.
stop and lay down on the
See
ground.
how easily these things can be resolved. Like done.
It's a discourse community. That's a perfect example of a discourse community. We sorted it out.
I wish
I
could
just don't want
remember
to
what
fail
that
her.
was.
That's I would die. I mean, I would be on my phone calling April and
Well, and that's
Brian,
the thing. Like,
come here.
You're gonna have your phone with you, and I think all of us. I mean, except for the areas, the one area in between
Yeah.
Tunnel Hill and Vienna that you can't really get a good signal, we'll just be able to text each other and be
Yeah.
like, "You need to meet me at the aid station and pick her up because I'm fading fast." Like that's why we got as many people there as we do to help her and make sure that she's successful.
I
And
would
that we're
venture
not-
to say, of course, we don't want to go this route, but I would venture to say that one could stop at any aid station and yell to whoever's there, I need someone to run with me for the next however many miles, and some aid station worker would take off and run with
or another runner.
I mean, if somebody's out there at that hour,
Yeah.
at that time of day, time of night, then they're serious enough to they know what's up.
Yep.
Like, they'd take care of you. Speaking of taking care of people, Sean Hillsden is on his way to run is it Black Bear, Big Bear 100?
so.
His
Yep.
first 100-mile race.
He's with Brian Williams and Anthony.
Brian
And
Williams, Anthony Lane, April Hillsden, and the other gentleman's name that they were meeting up with. I know the name, but I don't know that I know him personally. But he's got a all-star cast with him, and he in and of himself is an all-star. But that will be.
April's post yesterday or today cracked me up. I guess they were getting on a plane, and she hashtagged first class crew. Hashtag still flying coach.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Well, they lost his bags. His bags were an hour behind.
Oh, dear.
Wouldn't that have been terrible?
Oh, gosh.
He would have run the thing in church shoes if he had to.
Well, yeah. And still
I mean, he
probably,
ran Sillamore 26 miles with a ultra that was blown out and is.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
flapping
about that.
around.
I didn't know he
Like
did that.
like 3/4 of the sole of his shoe came unthreaded or whatever, and so it was literally just like flop, 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 flop. Only the heel was still connected.
No, thank you. Dang. He's a tough-ass dude, too.
That's why it took me so long that year. I was worried about Sean.
Had to check on
That's all
him.
I could think about was Sean. How he
Yeah.
finished the race.
Oh, yeah.
6 hours before I did.
Yeah, with half a shoe.
If he was okay. Okay, Big Hill Pond Walking Tall 25K and 50K is October 19th, 2019. Go to walkingtall50k.com. Speaking of Brian Williams and Sean Hillsden, they'll be putting that thing on, and it will be incredibly awesome as it was
And the
last
Rev's
year.
going to be in charge of the world's greatest aid station.
Yep, come
The
by my aid
world's greatest
station.
aid station will
I'll be there.
That's assuming that his throat's better and he's not on vacation and he doesn't have to work. If you could tell, there's a little bit of
He's got so many
animosity. I
excuses.
miss the guy. I like having him, across from me to argue
Did we even
with.
check to see if his father-in-law really passed away? I mean, maybe that was just an excuse.
Oh, tough luck.
Tough luck.
Oh,
We have Carol's workout on October 12th at Olive Branch CrossFit.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever kind of shape you're in, whether you do CrossFit or think it's completely stupid, come out and do it.
We're taking pre-orders on the shirts now. The workout will be announced next week.
Where do you go for pre-ordering?
You just got to send me money.
Okay. How
That's all
much?
you got to do.
All right,
20
listeners.
bucks.
$20.
You
Just
can
send Brian
Send-
money.
Just send Brian money.
Send
However you do that.
send me money on Venmo at BG Swanson. $20 and I'll get you a
BG
t-shirt.
Swanson.
Yep.
$20
Send me
or more.
$15. This is a better deal. And I'll do something with that. To Wilson.
All
to
the
me.
proceeds are going to MetaVibers to support stage 4 breast cancer research.
Very good. And then Crystal, the Pistol Landers, is putting on the One More 24 Sober Fun Run on November 23rd and 24th in Springfield, Missouri.
I'm getting more and more excited about that. The more they get into the planning of that and announcing little pieces of it, I think that's going to be a pretty awesome weekend.
They're into it. That's what happens. I told you that. You get drunks hyped up about doing stuff, and things happen, or they don't. But there's no in between.
Well,
and
you know, the group
they're going to make it happen.
The group that they've got is pretty incredible. Some of the testimonies and stories that people have put on there, I mean, it's amazing. Some of the stories, some of the recoveries, and
Yep.
it's awesome.
And it's high energy. Go to their Facebook group. Go to the One More 24 Facebook group and sign up there. You don't need to be in recovery or anything like that. Just come be a part of it. Let's see.
I like the recovery community.
And you're very good to the recovery community, and the recovery community certainly likes you.
I enjoy going to the open meetings that I'm allowed to go to, and I've made very tight friendships with a lot of people from the 12-step group. So I really am proud of everyone that sits in there and does their thing and take it one day at a time, and just what they do is amazing.
Well, and I think that to look at it not from your point of view, but from our point of view, to have somebody like you who attends and supports and is not afflicted with the same problem as, it means a lot, and it's very cool. And I appreciate you being supportive of my program. So it's always a good time. Good deal. Let's see what else we got. I was going to ask Vaughn about Sillamore. Is Vaughn going to do Sillamore? Is he going to run Sillamore?
I think so. I'm pretty sure
He
that's
said
the one
he
thing
was
he
going
was.
to, but he's also kind of acted like he's not running anymore, like ever. Because you remember, like the last episode he was on, he kind of acted like he might be done running races, and then he was like, "Oh, I might do the home run 5K or."
I thought
whatever.
Sillamore was like the one thing he was still going to do. Maybe I misheard.
I think we can get him to do 25K. I think we can convince him of that.
Yeah.
That shouldn't.
We should probably devote the rest of the show to talking about him
We'll talk
while
about
he's not
Vaughn.
here.
Yeah, exactly, because he can't
and not
defend
allow
himself.
him to defend himself. And if he wants to defend himself, then he can bring his ass here on a Thursday night and defend himself. Just call him out. And that way we can guarantee we have Vaughn in his seat next week.
Dude, somebody just did a 5-star review right now.
All
did?
right.
Rob Breeze.
Yeah, Rob Breeze.
Breezy, that's my guy. Breezy is totally my guy. Now, he's a YouTube commenter. You can get some love from him on YouTube, but, there's no telling what kind of learning process is going on for Rob to get in there. And the guy's willing to sacrifice. That's the kind of people we want in the communities, people that are willing to sacrifice. Because it takes knowledge to navigate iTunes. It's not an easy thing to do.
Well, on the website, Vaughn has a step-by-step how to get to it and do it.
He does.
Get to it and do it. I see what you did there.
Do it to it. Thank you, Breezy. Hey, I've got this, man, we don't have that much time. I got to keep cutting this thing off. But we got a little bit of time. We still got 13 minutes, almost. Not really. We have
Not
8
really.
minutes.
We have 8 minutes.
What?
Oh no.
We got to end early.
Why can't he just leave?
Because I need my computer and
Crap.
stuff.
I'm just going to send
Yeah,
you
we
out
just
of
keep
here. We're
going
going to keep
with that,
'Cause
going.
he is the mastermind.
Amanda just scoots over
Yeah,
into the big chair.
Wilson comes in the next morning. What is this 3 fucking hour episode?
We went
Rogan. We went like Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yeah.
Yeah.
We could bring Mike Tyson in, let him smoke some pot with us.
Here, take this. Do something with it
Yeah.
for the rest of your day. Okay, I've got a question. If you eat, I've already asked this.
I eat.
If you're going to eat 4,000 calories a day and get fat, does it make any difference if you eat 4,000 calories of McDonald's versus 4,000 calories of broccoli? Would
makes
you
a difference.
appear differently?
It makes a difference to your body.
You think aesthetically?
Oh, yeah.
Aesthetically, does it make a difference? Yes, because one's going to have a higher fat content. I think that would affect your body differently, even aesthetically.
I think you want to dive off a building if you had to eat 4,000 calories of broccoli.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well,
Take you
well,
4 days to do
Crap
I
in
was
that.
just
yourself
wondering,
for
like,
days.
if making healthy food choices, but still, as a chronic overeater, like if making healthy food choices and still overeating is more beneficial than just
Well, I think if you chronically overeat salads, like
Yeah.
vegetables and stuff, that's fine. But if you start getting into the meat side of it and stuff like that, I think that's still going to be detrimental to your health.
I guess if you're eating healthy food, it's more difficult to chronically overeat in calories because the calories aren't as dense.
I mean, if you start eating, but like a chicken and hamburger meat and stuff like that, that can still get up on the scale of higher calories and fat content and stuff.
Well, I've heard the analogy. Nobody ever got like super full or over full on baked potato. When's the last time you just ate so much baked potato that you couldn't eat anymore?
How much gravy you give?
I was thinking.
That's true.
I'm eating a lot of
Sounds
bacon.
pretty good.
Yeah. This is why McAllister's is dead to me. They got rid of their comeback gravy, and I used to go in there.
Yeah.
I'd get a baked potato, add cheese, give me 2 things of butter and 2 sides of comeback gravy. Just pour that over there. Dump up a whole thing of salt on it. Stir it up and eat
just
that.
got another
I could
5-star
definitely leave
review.
there full.
Oh my!
It came in that quickly?
Wow.
Dan Wolf just did one.
Oh, he did. Oh, man. Next
They're
week's gonna be
commenting on the
huge.
Facebook live feed telling us that they're leaving
Yeah.
this.
Next week is going to be huge.
So I've gotten to where, because I'm a chronic overeater also, but I've just this past 2 weeks, I've gotten the habit of making a huge salad. And at work, I just sit down and just eat and eat and eat and eat till I just get super full. Because salad doesn't really stay with me very long. But if I fill up really big on my salads, then I'm done. Then I'm like, oh, I ate healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I overate, but it was all vegetable, so I don't feel too guilty about
true.
it. And go on my way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to overeat, I think it's better to overeat healthy stuff than it is. I don't have any scientific backing for that.
Yeah,
But-
the only fat I put in it's avocado. I don't do dressing or anything, so I figure I'm still. I mean, it's really hard to eat over calories on.
I mean, how much
salad.
lettuce can you eat?
Yeah,
Right.
How
I
much
mean, your
dressing
body
you
will
give me?
like physically make you.
Oh,
Stop.
You need a lot of
Yeah.
spinach. Man,
Yeah.
if you saute spinach and
Oh yeah,
it just goes away. But it's good.
Oh yeah.
I've kind of I've had my moments of that where I kind of get cracked out on spinach and salt.
I could totally crack out on spinach.
Hey, I'm going to throw something at you. A little bit unexpected. Watch this.
You got a hypothetical.
It's time for Hypotheticals. It's not hard, it's super easy. Hypotheticals. It's so fun and it's oh so cheesy. Hypotheticals. Tell your cousin Ben and your best friend Weezy. It's time for Hypotheticals.
Who's that song by?
Ted Horrell in the Monday Night Card.
All right.
You find them on YouTube and
Go to Ted Horrell and the Monday Night Card Facebook, and you can follow them anywhere. You can find them on Spotify.
They have a new. I guess they're not called CDs anymore.
album.
Yeah.
They have a new album out.
album.
You're back to albums.
They've been killing it, man. They've been on the radio station, been making it on the radio station. They're part of the, was it Le Bonheur album that they put out?
Nice.
Doing good things. All right, here it is. This is pretty good, man. You have a blue pill and a red pill.
Oh.
The blue pill, you jump to 60 years old with $50 million in the bank. The red pill, you restart your life at the age of 10 with all of the knowledge that you have right
Red
now.
pill.
Definitely go back to 10 years old.
Yeah,
Yep.
hell yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
What about you, Sam?
It's a tough one.
Old man Sam over there is going 60. He's like, give me the money.
Depends on what kind of shape I'm in at 60. Yeah.
Well, if you keep going
Oh,
at the
yeah.
rate that you're at,
Yeah.
you'll be better at 60
Well,
than you were at
if
20.
I'm Mark Fortune at 60 and I got 50 million in the bank,
Yeah, that would be good.
I can afford the kids I'm going to have. See, this is what happens, Mark, when you don't like talk to me and Wilson. We talk about you on the podcast.
I miss Mark.
Yeah,
We all
Mark is
miss
missed.
Mark.
I miss
Sam,
Mark
you're
very
missed at the
much.
gym.
Yeah, well, I'm going to come back one day with Landon and let him shame me.
I've started drinking. I told Amanda last night.
No, don't come back. No, and all the
Show's
recovery
over.
and everything.
Go to hell. I told Amanda last night that I'm like the guy on what's the Men in Black? The guy that's
yeah.
like sugar, water, sugar.
The cockroach guy.
I just at night I start wanting something to drink so bad. We don't drink Cokes or anything like that, and we don't ever have anything but water, and which is cool, and that's by design.
And almond milk.
And almond milk. And so I got one night I just got sugar and dumped it in water with lemon juice. I made like lemonade and it was so good. So I've started doing this like on the reg. And part of me is like, that's too much. I don't put a ton of sugar. I did the first night. And so then the second night I put more because it was so good the first night. But I've gotten to where I'm not putting like a whole lot of sugar in there. But man, it's really, That's really
stuff.
a good thing to drink. And I'm doing it in a 32-ounce cup, so it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of water intake. So I'm thinking that the sugar that I'm taking in is
Vincent
probably
D'Onofrio.
offset somewhat by the amount of fluids.
Does it not keep you awake?
Nothing
keeps
me
you.
awake.
Nothing keeps you awake.
No.
Yeah.
He puts that CPAP
Vincent
on.
D'Onofrio is the cockroach guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Very good.
I thought that was the right name, but I IMDb'd it just to make sure before I said it out loud.
Huh. All right. Sugar. And that what he says? Sugar, water.
Well, he goes, water,
Water.
sugar, more,
Well,
more.
One day we'll find out sugar's good for you anyway. So what's it going to
right.
matter?
Yeah.
We're just going to go
It's
full
all
circle.
a cycle, right?
That keto
Hey,
is
I got a
bad for you.
website. I can go ahead and write the article tomorrow.
Perfect.
And it'll go into circulation.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I was to write that 10 reasons why sugar is actually good for your body, people would dispute that to death.
You're alarmed.
We got to go, man. Lift heavy, run long. Number 163 is in the books.
Thanks for listening.
All
5-star
right.
reviews, everybody.